done a lot in terms of, empowering women, getting into fighting for their rights, as well as she is also an aspirant vied for a member of parliament seat also. In her experience in politics, has worked in government for several years under the Ministry of Health. I'm talking about none other than Truphena Moraa. She says some people prefer calling her Prezo. She'll tell us more about that, but thank you so much for joining us this particular morning as we are just about to start a conversation about just talking to women in Kenya, getting, to assess, the situation of the woman in Kenya and how she can be more empowered. Thank you so much for joining me this morning, Truphena.
Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me to this show. Really, I'm very, very grateful. Now, talking about the women, indeed, women are very, very, they're very, what can I say? In our country, sometimes we find that men have a problem with women, and sometimes you find that in the process, women get scared. They don't really do what they think they are supposed to do. They're hampered with a lot of problems here and there. But women, in general, they're very industrious, and women are people who build a family. Women can do a lot in terms of development. And indeed, when it comes now, let's say, about politics, in fact, all along I've been really inspired.
I was about to come to that.
Okay.
You vied, in this particular general election in 2017, you were part of the several candidates that were vying for presidency. You were on an independent, you are an independent candidate. And you've also vied as a member of parliament. Tell us more about that particular, part of your life, that particular aspect of your life, being a politician. How did you get into politics? And probably what inspired you to go for the top position, that is the presidency, despite the fact that you've not gotten any other seat before then?
Well, when I contested for MP Embakasi South, that is the time I really felt that the women, we must raise the occasion and take the positions of politics. And since I realized that, as I have to say that my mentor was Charity Ngilu and later Mother Karua, because these are the two women, I can call them iron women, when they raised and they said, no, politics is not for men. Women are capable, women are good governors, they're good managers, and they can take all positions, not only in politics, in different, either government, anywhere in the, as far as depending on. So what I decided is that I have to go for MP, and indeed I campaigned. However, I was not able, because the main problems, especially with women, is finances, campaign finances. And we have very intelligent women who can be good leaders.
Good leaders, but the challenge is lack of finances.
They cannot be able to finance their campaigns. And indeed, I said, despite the fact that I do not have funds, but that will not stop me from aspiring my ambition. So I went ahead. Okay, I use sometimes my car, I use sometimes public means.
This was in 2013?
That is 2013, in Embakasi South, But I did not make it, and they said, when now it was this 2017.
I was like, okay, 2013 you vied, but did not make it. That is in Embakasi South.
Embakasi South.
So how did you make that shift from, member of parliament,
Yeah.
vying as a member of parliament,
Yeah.
and, moving
Into
into
the presidential.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, because if I didn't make it in the MP level, why don't I try? Perhaps I could be good in presidential, become a good president in the country, because honestly, what I believe, and maybe that can be the same in future, is that women are the people who can give good governance in the country. Because I don't, it's not really, you can see women who are, dealing with the corruption in general. Comparing men and women, women are reserved.
How far did that go? Were you cleared by IEBC?
No, there were some technicalities.
Okay.
There was a lot of requirements. This is 40,000 signatures from 22 counties? Yeah, and some other technicalities I can say.
Okay.
So
given a chance, Truphena,
yeah.
today looking at our situation in Kenya,
Yeah.
and there are so many issues that are happening currently. Recently, there was that nurses strike that was just, resolved, a few days ago. But with a host of other issues that we face as a country, if you were given that mandate to be president, even if it's just for a day,
yes,
what would be top of your agenda? Like, what are some of the things that you are so passionate about as a woman leader?
As a woman leader, I really wish to good governance in the government.
Yeah.
They're so, like, as you have talked, the strike that we have had for the last 4 months, indeed it is very unfortunate in the country. Because first and foremost, any good governance in the government should mind and make sure that health sector is taken care of, education sector is taken care of. There is so much that you find that our government, or either county, it was divided to county.
Yeah, devolution. There's national government and county government. Yeah.
So the two organs, I think there is a problem there that it makes now difficult for the country to move on well.
So what would Truphena do if given a chance that she's given that mandate today? What are some of the things, like even just top 3 issues that you feel we are facing as a country that you really wish that if you had an opportunity, this is how you would transform the situation?
One, I'll ensure that in the country, for instance, when in finances, the government should be able to take all institutions to ensure that they are given adequate funding, so that we don't see that today there is the nurses or like now the university lecturers.
The lecturers are on strike. The nurses are back to work. That issue has been resolved.
So anyway, I'll take care of what is important in the country, or the good governance, is that to ensure that the people that you are leading or you are governing should be able to have adequate funds that can be able to take each and every institution in the country, so that people don't really have a problem or suffer through that. And again, as a leader, you have to make sure that people that you are leading, they are united. And there is a lot also about this, what we call tribalism. It's also another big problem in the country. I'll ensure that we do not live on tribalism basis, because when it comes to tribal, it's really it's not good.
Okay. On that note, what would be your opinion or advice in this particular scenario that we are in as a country? We are divided. We just had an election on the 26th of October that came with a lot of consequences. Right now, there is that boycott issue that is being, you know, NASA is really championing for. The Jubilee government is also on another side with a different, you know, opinion on this particular issue. There's just a lot of divide in our country. If you were the leader, if you had a voice, if you had an opportunity, what would you do different? What would be your way forward for this particular country?
The way forward is the problem we have in our country and leadership is democracy. Democracy, the leadership or the governance of our country, people don't respect the rule of law. So if we do not adhere to the democracy, then that's where the problem is. This boycott politics is because that people really don't respect the rule of law. We shouldn't be having all this election every time that there is a boycott, there is a like now IBC not deliver the procedure, do not do as its mandated, its mandate to ensure that it delivers credible election, free and fair, credible election. The country is having all these political problems because of one institution. This is IBC. So if IBC was following its mandate and deliver credible election, respect rule of law and democracy, surely we could not be in this.
We could not be here. But then again, we are here. So what's the way forward? As a Kenyan or even as a woman leader, what did you tell President Uhuru Kenyatta? What did you tell, you know, NASA leader Raila Odinga and the other core principles?
Honestly, if I could have that power, sincerely to tell Kenyan is that we need to follow democracy. We need to go back to the fresh election, which can be, the process should be very, credible, so that it can deliver a fair and free election.
So we go back to the drawing board and start from scratch.
We go for a new election, because this one, we don't see that it's really going to move Kenyans to any further good governance. Okay,
Truphena. Let's talk about women. You are passionate about women a lot, and that led you to start the organization that you have, Women Empowerment Kenya. Probably tell us how you got into this. Why women? What are some of the issues that you think women in Kenya are dealing with, and how have you been part of the solution?
Women in Kenya is that, since I know that women, they are hard-working people, and I felt that I should sensitize women so that they can show their potential as women. Women can do anything in all aspects that, even in business, politics, women are responsible. In fact, far much better sometimes than men, because you find in a family, you might find you might find in families where a woman is taking all the responsibility, even than a man. The husband is there, but the woman is the one taking care of children, going to school, fending for their children. So you find that women, they are industrious, very hard-working people, and all they need is to be sensitized, given a chance to show their potential. So that's why I was inspired with women, that women come so that we start our journey in the development, and really women are, I can say they are very fast when any good governance. When you call women to have for instance, have forum.
You bring them all together.
Yeah, they are, you come
Probably
together.
you may share with us,
Yeah.
like what do you think are some of the issues, some of the challenges that a woman in Kenya today is dealing with that would block, her from achieving all those good traits that you say, that women are capable, women are industrious,
Yeah.
but then we don't see this a lot. We still see a lot of empowerment conversations going around, and people expect that by now, the woman ought to be empowered. What are some of the things that you feel, are the challenges, the gaps that we still need to fill as a society?
That's true, because women, what they need, and indeed I can always call for that, is that what really cripples women is finances. And sometimes collaterals, a woman might be wishing to do business, and she doesn't have finance, but she needs, going to the bank, get a loan there. She needs a collateral, and whereby you find that, like in Africa or in Kenya here, you find that men are the owner of the properties.
Yeah.
So sometimes women get it very hard to get any kind of security or a collateral to enable her secure a loan from the bank. So that one also is a problem. As I've said, even when it comes to politics, and like this year, 2017, honestly, women were so many who came out to run for different seats for from MCA, MPs. I think you realize, you noted that.
There was an increased number of women who are vying, even for the presidency,
even
for the member of
presidency.
parliament. We have 3 women governors right now, something that, probably was not there before.
Yeah, that's what. That shows you that really women are really capable. They are they want to be leaders of this country, and they are really can be good leaders, can give good governance. The problem generally with women is finances. Yeah. And as I always sometimes make my joke say, men have fat pockets. The way they get the money, they know themselves. But women, we are not people that we can do maybe even corruption. The corruption deals wherever to enable them to get the money. All we do...
Women cannot engage in corruption?
No. Safin, women...
Is that a fact, really?
Honestly,
corruption is not...
The honest people in the world is women. Yeah. And I will assure you that one time, someday when women will be the CEO of this country, definitely our country will be a new country with new governance, and the matters of corruption, and you will never hear of that.
But then what will it take for us to get there? What will it take for us to have a woman president in this particular country? What will take us is to, as I said earlier, women need to be sensitized that they are leaders. We have many women who are well educated, who have wisdom, leadership in wisdom, wisdom in leadership, and they really can be good CEOs of this country. So what we need is to sense that our women, and in fact we are more than men when we talk about population. Yeah. So it's only that yet the women have, they need to be sensitive to know that they can be good leaders. Yeah. My question would be, why do we need to, insist that women need to be sensitized? Where is the problem? Is it our upbringing? Is it our culture? Is it how we are brought up? Yeah, it was our culture, honestly, because all along women they were taken, or they knew that they are only they're just homemakers. I mean, they're supposed to be in the
in the home. They're supposed to be in the kitchen. They're supposed to take care of her husband. So there was no extra or much about that. Even now, there's a good number of women know that, oh, my husband, oh, you know, my husband cannot allow me. Yeah, I would have liked to be the ABCD, would have liked to go to politics, but my husband will not allow me. So in that sense, you find that if they don't get support from the spouses, then it will be difficult for them. And even as always men say, they are is that men, they are the pillars of the home.
Yeah.
They are in the Bible, they say the head of the house.
The head of the house. The women are the support,
the
neck.
So most women feel that whatever my husband says is what I should do. So it denies her the ability to think on her own. They say, no, I also have a right to make my own decision. I have a right to go for leadership. I have a right to run for. Even those who have come out now, who are, have come out to maybe for this political arena. Yeah.
And even other women who are aggressive in business,
aggressive.
in career.
In career, sure. That one is that it reaches where a woman now says, no, I think I am also capable of doing, can be a career woman, can be a professional, can be a politician. So let me go and exercise my ability out there. Yeah. So those ones who come out now, they also really go through a lot of odds in order to come out and say.
To come out.
Yeah.
Probably the odds could be coming from a point of conflict, because you're saying that our culture has portrayed the woman to stay at home, to be in the kitchen, to take care of the family,
the children,
and all that.
Yeah.
And it's becoming difficult for women to come out and participate in issues like politics, career, business, and other spheres of life. That probably could be coming from the fact that society is not ready to embrace such a woman. What would be your strategy of changing this whole narrative so that we all work together? The men give the women this particular support without being coerced, without being forced into it. How will we change this particular narrative?
What we do, or what we should do always, is that we advise the women. All the women might be having these small forums here and there. We talk to the women, or I mean, when you, for instance, you call for a forum and the women come, that's the time now you discuss about development. That's the time now you give each, they give the ideas, what they think they feel they should do. And in fact, that's the right time you give them as a leader, you just tell them, look, women cannot just continue staying in the houses, in the homes that now it is my husband is there, or the man is the one to take care of everything. Mine is just, so we need to tell the women that no, this is the time, because even women go to school and they are well educated, so they can handle, they can do everything what men do, including being going for becoming a pilot. Yeah, we have seen women who are pilots.
In aviation,
So that's a very, it's a level that women now need to come from the house, from homes, come out there and say, no, we are also leaders. We can do, we can take care of the country. Whatever developments that a man does in development, the women can also do it. So we have to, as I said earlier, the women just need to be sensitized for them to realize their potential. That really we can also be, can be
good leaders.
Yeah.
Truphena, do you think that Kenya we have like the role models, the women who are leaders already? Because you can't say that all women need empowerment. There are women who are CEOs, there are women who are politicians already. Have they done enough to set a good example, to stretch a hand for other women who may not have been in the position that they are in? Do we have good role models that we can look up to?
Yeah, for me, I can say there are women. We have many women who are role models for other women, and indeed they are there. What it is that, as I've said, the big number of women, they are yet to be, to be sensitized, because so long as they are there maybe in their homes, and they even don't mind come to the field or attend the forums and meetings. When you go out, that's where you get a lot. You get a lot of information. That's the time when women said, no, if surfing is a journalist or an anchor at the TV, why not me? You see, now, once women see the other women are in, like now the MPs, MCs, they also now say, I also should come like a Trofena. I should do. So that's how, that's one way of encouraging women to come out and
there's always this view that once we put a woman to be a leader, she's going to just deal with issues, women. That they are just going to champion for women issues. You're a woman leader. In your leadership, is it just about women? Purely about women?
No. It's not about women only. It's both men and women. Because we only talk, okay, like now when we talk about women, is because women can say, as I've said earlier, why women are not in the field aspiring, is because that they are the nature, keeping them. But leaderships for both men and women. So I can say, even men, we need the men who can even lead the women. Sure, look, I also want, who encourages women to also to go for either the businesses, as we have said, politics. So leadership is just for all people.
Both genders. You've shared with me that, there are women who want to go out there and do what they want to do, but still there are lots of challenges that they face. Are there any specific personal challenges that you faced in you're trying to be a woman leader, being a founder of an organization that champions the rights of women? What are some of the issues that you've had to battle with, and how did you overcome them to get to where you are today?
The issues were that, as I said earlier, first and foremost was financial. And I said I still have to pursue my ambition as a leader. And also discouragement from maybe friends or people. And indeed, this sometimes hampers women to know to move forward. Say, oh, you think how are you going to manage? You cannot tell us that you can maybe start an organization or start for a company, let's say in general, even a company, in business. So the challenge is that you get a lot of hindrance. There's you pass through a lot of odds, a lot of challenges. But mainly, I can say it's just finance.
But then now, what's the secret? What are some of the things that have propelled you, have motivated you to overcome all those odds that you're sharing with us this morning?
It's just that I said I cannot sit down. I cannot just say I'm not able to move. I just said I have to raise up, I have to move on, I have to anything that I need to do, or meet the people, or meet the women, I could, and honestly make sure that I fulfill my ambition, my desire that I have to do it. So is that what we call, the ambition that you have in mind, that I really need to make what my ambition is all about. I have to work and go for it. So that's what kept me going to date.
Okay,
Yeah.
you set your objective, you go for it.
Yeah, you go
right.
for it.
Recently, you filed a case about wanting the Kenyan government to withdraw troops,
Yes.
KDF,
Yeah.
from Somali.
Yes.
The case is supposed to be heard on
21st
of this month.
Yeah.
Why that? Why pursue that particular issue?
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's all I need also to talk. In 2015, that's with the time we started engaging the government for the withdrawal of our troops from Somalia. If I can briefly say that in Kenya, before the invasion, the former regime sent the troops to Somalia to invade Somalia for this, that they are killing the Al-Shabaab. That was the greatest blunder, the greatest mistake that the former regime gave to Kenyans. It was very, very unfortunate. Because first, there was no reason that warranted the government to send the troops to Somalia. There is some legal reasons like international treaties and
the UN.
So the mistake was done by the former regime by sending the troops to Somalia to deal with the Al-Shabaab, when actually in Kenya we were very peaceful. We had no problem with the terrorism. We had no problem with, until when our troops went to Somalia to invade Somalia. That was the beginning of problems. That was the beginning of terror attacks in Kenya. Honestly, nobody can claim that there was terror attacks before the invasion of Somalia.
But you know, so, one would argue that,
yeah.
some people would argue that in as much as we were peaceful, and we're still peaceful, there is that obligation that we have to assist neighboring countries in times of crisis.
You know, ours, it was not Kenya to assist for sending the troops. That was purely the business or the work of UN. Because that, when any country has a problem with any terror attacks, that is the business of UN. It's UN who are to know, and not necessarily Kenya to have taken the troops there.
So what are you seeking?
So what I'm seeking right now, we need our troops to come back home so that Kenya, we can end terror attacks in Kenya. And I believe our troops come back to Kenya, back home.
That will be a solution.
That will be the end of terror attacks in Kenya, because that was a mistake. So I'm now in court to ensure that our troops are back to our country. And again, as a leader, a women leader, I went to ensure in Kenya there is no more terror attacks in Kenya. That is my promise. Women of this country will raise the occasion, deal and ensure that we will never lose any life through terror attacks.
The case is supposed to be heard on the 21st?
Yeah, on the 21st, 2 weeks from, about 2 weeks from now, 1.5 weeks from now.
Okay.
At the High Court.
Okay.
Yeah.
We look forward to see how that will play out. Yes.
Yeah.
But then going to other issues, you've talked, the reason I asked you that is because there's been talks that there's very few women who are coming out to give their voice on national issues. That women are still not very aggressive when it comes to putting their voice out there, being part of these, lobby groups that are, addressing national issues. What's your take on that? Do you believe that women are still taking a back seat on national issues of concern to our country?
Well, I can say not really, but women have yet to come out to air their voices. They are still a little bit, not enlightened about the national.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know they are also willing to do the same. Yeah.
So what do you tell a woman who is watching you this morning? You've talked of issues to do with lack of enlightenment, lack of finance, lack of opportunities.
Yeah.
What do you tell a woman who is watching you right now? Those are all problems that you're facing. What's the advice? What's the solution?
Oh, what I can say to women is that women, please just don't sit at home waiting for maybe your spouse to take care of you. And you are born a brilliant lady or a brilliant woman, you have to come out and show your potential, that you can also build this nation by either doing business, running for, let's say, even in politics, as we say, and the woman, you have to consider as a woman that you are also a person who can govern the country. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Truphena.
Yeah.
It's been nice talking to you. I'm going to give you a chance to give us your final remarks.
Yes.
It's been really, a great pleasure to host you this particular morning.
Yes.
Talking about issues women and women empowerment.
Yeah.
So probably as we are bringing this conversation to a close,
Yeah.
probably there's a final word that you'd like to leave my viewer with, who is watching you this morning.
Yes. Please, you'll allow me to talk about, again, about our politics.
Okay.
Please. All I'll tell Kenyans is that we have only two veteran politicians. That is Raila Amolo Odinga and Matiba Kenneth. These are the people who make this country, brought democracy to this country. So in my appeal is that...
Now that's questionable though, because I believe there's a lot of people who've played a role to bring this country to
the ones we have right now,
yeah.
Who are there, that God has really kept them for us.
Okay.
I plead and say we respect this, our Baba, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, is the man who has brought Kenya to where we are with the democracy. He has to be given and be accorded as a patriotic man in this Kenya. And in fact, he should be awarded the World Guinness record for being a good leader in Kenya.
Thank you.
And
Thank you
all
so
over the world.
Thank you so much, Truphena. Truphena Mora there, just making a call to the nation. Respect for all leaders is important.
Yeah.
Respect for one another is also important. We may all have different opinions on different issues, but that's what makes us who we are. The differences are what, will add value to our lives. My name is Safina Cheng. It's been really nice talking to the president, as some people call her, Truphena Mora. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. Keep watching Good Morning Kenya. There's more coming your way this particular Tuesday, so don't go anywhere. We take a short break.